Greetings of peace and love, everybody. My name is Ram Hotep, and I'm here on behalf of 13scienceastrology.com. This video is about alien technology. Now, we have our little computers, we have our little cell phones, and things like that. And we just recently got a lot of this stuff within the past 50 years. And we never questioned as to where these technologies came from. Who gave us this stuff? Did humans just become wise and intelligent and just have a epiphany and just were able to just create all of this technology? Or was it some aliens that had a lot to do with, again, coming into our reality in this era and time and introducing technology to us? Well, from my research, that's exactly what happened. Not to go deep into it, but if you study Adolf Hitler, for instance, you study the Third Reich movement, you'll find out that alien technology was very key in Adolf Hitler's regime. The Vril Society was an occult society that was looking for a particular power source that was outside of oil that they could use to power spaceships with, to build their own spaceships, and to use as an alternative energy source. They call it Vril energy, and they learned about this from ETs. Adolf Hitler's regime learned about Vril energy through ETs, and I've talked about this a lot in my other videos, but I'm bringing this up here for a reason. The microwave oven was created from the same technology. The microwave oven is alien technology, and it was created by the Nazis. A lot of people don't realize that. So I don't use microwaves in general. You know what I'm saying? I don't even use microwaves. You know what I'm saying? And really, those Jews, you know what I'm saying, that definitely had ancestors that were part of the Holocaust should not use microwaves either. You know what I'm saying? Shouldn't use microwaves either. But I'm bringing all that up because the technology that we got in the past 50 years, beloveds, has came from ETs, from aliens. I'm talking your cell phones, to all of the satellites, everything that we have was given to us by immortals, aliens, fourth dimensional aliens, reptilians, mammalians, and different greys that came to this dimension and gave us technology. And actually the greys are the aliens that gave it to us. The technology was actually given to us really back in the 20s, but they didn't put it out. They didn't really start putting out a lot of this stuff until the 50s. Like vehicles and cars and stuff like that. They knew how to make vehicles and cars, but they waited to start putting stuff out or whatever over time. Anytime you see a device or a piece of technology on the market, know that the government has probably had information about that device or been working with that device for probably 20 years before you've seen it. At least 20 years. So if you're looking at like the new Nooks, the Nooks probably been out since the 80s. Easily. Since the late 80s, they probably had Nooks. Cell phones been out since probably the late 70s, early 80s. Cell phones are nothing new. Usually what happens is that the military gets the technology first and then the civilians get it last. So you're a civilian. They don't care about you. They give you everything last. The aliens give it to the government, and then the government gives it to the military, and the military eventually uses it. Then when they get tired of it, then that's when they sell it to the companies, and the companies put it out on the market. This is how it works when it comes to technology. But the aliens, see, we have all this junk technology and stuff, but see, they have a form of technology that you know nothing of. It's called interdimensional technology. And they have a form of technology that they can use to create reality. You see, you have existence and reality. And I'm going to do a video, I know I keep saying it, it's past due, to explain it, but reality and existence are very much different. The ETs exist, and you can't change existence, but reality can be manipulated. Reality can become virtual. And this is exactly what the ETs are doing. See, they learned that you are just a supercomputer, your mind. It's essentially a supercomputer, your brain, I'm saying, is a supercomputer. And your thoughts aren't yours. So, through the mastery of telepathy and communication through the air, one can send thoughts, direct energies at you and send thoughts to you, because anything that you think about came from something. Your thoughts aren't yours. Like, thoughts are just always out there, right? And what you do is you pull thoughts in based on your energy and your vibration. Certain thoughts come through, and then based on your energy and vibration, that determines as to whether or not you are going to act on that thought, as to whether or not you're going to act on that thought. So you may have a thought of sex, but do you act on that thought and go out and have sex? that's based on something else, which is will. So we're not talking about will. But as far as thoughts aren't yours. Your thoughts aren't yours. They're always out there. So the ETs learned about the mind and the human brain, and they learn how to create what's called a virtual reality. And you can research this stuff, and they create virtual realities, and they abduct people through virtual realities, and then they cause these people not to remember their abductions because they can erase your memory with a higher form of technology that they have too. And this form of technology is what's called a dimensional technology. It's technology that exists on another dimension. It's like an interdimensional type of technology that they can use to download onto your mind and onto your brain and create a virtual reality for you. And they can be, basically what they can do is this, and I know you can't understand this because our minds are linear and we don't understand reality yet in existence. So you might not understand this, but listen. What they can do is that they can create a reality like you think you're in your house sitting here watching YouTube, watching Ramhotep on YouTube, right? But really, they create a virtual reality. And what's happening is that really while you're sitting here watching me on YouTube, where you think that's what you're doing, they can create a virtual reality and be abducting your child at the same time as you're doing that. They can create a virtual reality. So you're like, so hold on, what's this virtual reality? Like, how do they do this? They create real live events. It's called virtual reality, but to you, it's real live events. It's real TV because it's really happening to you. But they created that to cause you to have, basically to be delusional, and then while you're delusion and looking at the event and your energy and attention is focused on the event, they're moving in the shadows and with between time, and they can abduct you. See, aliens, they know about past, present, future, and they know about how you can move in between time and go to different parts of now. So they can move outside of time, and this is how they do that. And they create a situation or a virtual reality based upon time for you, and then while you're busy with that, they're abducting you, they're taking your energy, or they're doing something like that. So they create a reality so that you don't know that you're being abducted or that they're passing right before you. And I know you're like, how can something be passing right before me and I don't see it, Ramhotep? I just can't see that. I know you can't see it because you can't see into the fourth dimension. You can't see with your own two eyes into the fourth dimension. If you don't have an open third eye, and not only just that, because there's more to it than that, but if you don't even have an open third eye, you can't see into the next dimension to see that aliens are taking your baby and doing stuff to them and putting them right back into the crib. Or taking your baby and going into the crib and doing stuff to them while they're in the crib and bringing your baby into the fourth dimension and bringing them right back. You can't see that. But there's different people out there that have accounts. Different people that have accounts of going through this stuff. Different people. I have a book. Let's see if I have it here. I have a book. And it's written by a Christian. And here it is. I didn't mean to get up on camera. Excuse me, guys. I didn't mean to get up on camera. I know that's kind of unprofessional, but I really wanted to show you guys this book or whatever. And this is written by a Christian. You should get this book. He came to set the captives free. And I haven't read all this book. Somebody told me about it, but I've read the highlights of it. And the book is basically talking about reptilians, dimensional demons, and people, like this lady experienced something to where she was sliced up by a reptilian, like a reptilian's claws. And she didn't even call it a reptilian. Keep in mind, she's a Christian. So she didn't even call it a reptilian. She don't even believe in aliens. This is not Ramhotep making this stuff up. She's a Christian. She was sliced up by what she called a demon, but when she explained it, it sounds just like a reptilian that had claws, and it scratched her up in this realm. She physically experienced it and everything. You know what happened? She snapped out of it. And she came back into her regular realm and looked at her body, and she didn't have any scars on her. She didn't have any scars on her. Why do I bring this up? Because I'm trying to explain to you how virtual reality is demonstrated. So you could be in a virtual reality situation and come back, and they could do physical things to you, and you don't have any marks on you. You may feel a slight pain, but you don't even really feel any pain from what you just experienced because they have medical technology, beloveds. They have technology to heal you so quick. You might ask yourself, well, why would they want to do this and put you back in bed anyway? They're experimenting on you. They're using your blood to do stuff. A whole lot of times they're taking your energy. They like the experience, like when you get fearful and scared. They can use that energy. They need that energy for technology. These beings are far more advanced than us, and that's what people have to realize is that these beings are far more advanced than you. So they have technologies and thrive off of energies that you might not really understand. You might not understand why somebody would want to make you scared so that they can extract your fearful energy out of your aura and use it to power something. But that's what they're doing. They're using your fear to power your fearful energy that you have. They're using it to power their world. And that's why they abduct people. I'm talking about the disagreeable beings. That's why they abduct people and do the things they do. Now you have some beings that abduct people and they do things to people that they feel like can do a mission for them, especially if it's like a higher race of ET beings that are more like intelligent based. They might abduct people or put people into experiments so that they can implant information in them. And like some people get downloaded information in them because they've been abducted, and the ETs have put chips and things in them. Not even like chips, like physical chips, but like organic computer chips that are basically like they match the material that's used to make your human body or whatever, the same type of material, except it's a computer chip, but it's made from organic material. And they can put this in you and download information into you. So that's another way that they do it or whatever. But as far as this whole virtual reality thing, they can create a whole reality for you. They can, let's get into like, even like, say for instance, people that are in the soulmates and twin flames, right? And I got a video on my website talking about soulmates and twin flames, but it's on my website, which is 13soundsastrology.com, and then you click on private videos, and you'll see a video on there talking about twin flames and soulmates. But I'm bringing that up for a reason. They can even create what's called a prototype. I was researching this stuff. They can create what's called a prototype soulmate. And with this prototype soulmate, or a twin flame too. They can create a prototype twin flame. And it looks just, he or she will look just like your twin flame. They'll have all the energy. They'll match up totally with you, even astrologically. But they're not. They're what's called a prototype. And they create this virtual reality so that to block people from meeting their twin flames. Because they don't want people to meet their twin flames because of the love energy fucks the whole matrix up. They don't want the love energy to vibrate here. So, and they know that twin flames are responsible for bringing the real love energy here. See, real love can only be expressed by twin flames. You have to meet your twin flame to experience real love. And if enough twin flames hooked up here on this plane, it would create a love vibration, a love frequency here, and a love bubble that would be pretty hard for ETs to penetrate through their fear game. So that's why they don't like twin flames hooking up. They hate it. They hate it. So they basically like, I mean, they can create these prototypes, you know what I'm saying, these prototype soulmates or these prototype messiahs even, or people that they think like you got to watch out, people that you think are here to save the world and they're really just a prototype. You know what I'm saying? They come telling you I'm here to save you. You should question it, people. If somebody's telling you I'm here to save you, wouldn't you question that? Why would somebody tell you I'm here to save you? A real Taoist or spiritualist will not save anybody. They know that the only way to save a man can salvage or save, or a man or woman can salvage or save his or herself is through knowledge and information. And it is basically by them doing it themselves. That's the key word. Saving and basically the concept of saving, as far as looking for someone to save you, you can only save yourself. That's something that you do for yourself. So when you say Jesus died for my sins and Jesus is my Lord and Savior, you really can only say that if you're going to follow the example that he set and make him your Savior based upon you living like him. So that's the way, and then that's still you doing it. You have to save yourself. You have to decide you're going to walk in the footsteps of Jesus to save yourself. You have to decide you're going to leave out the house if the building is burning down. You're going to leave out that fire so that you can save yourself from the fire. So essentially, nobody can save you. You know what I'm saying? But there are Messiah types, real Messiah types that are on this planet that are real. But then there are prototypes or fake Messiah types. They're the prototype of the Messiah, but they're not the real thing. You might call them an Antichrist or a false Messiah, but I don't get into that because those are religious terms. All I'm saying is this: they create prototypes, virtual realities that you think are realities, put you in situations like, say for instance, you might be working a job right now, and you might be happy, like, oh, I got this good job and I'm happy. But really, you might have an opportunity waiting on the other side for you that will make you a millionaire. But they created a virtual reality and put you into a job so you can experience the millionaire lifestyle that you were destined to experience because they created a virtual reality for you and have you live in that. So that's what the virtual reality is, and that's a form of technology, amongst other things, that ETs are using. So I just put this video out simply to tell people, question your reality at all times, because reality can be changed. And the way that you basically know as to whether or not you're in control of your reality and that it's not a virtual reality is that, did you choose it? Did you get what you asked for? Did you choose it? Meaning that, when I say did you choose it, that means that you intentionally choose the situation where you're at, or do you feel like you're in a situation not of your choice? If you're in a situation not of your choice, you could be being manipulated. You might be even being caught up in virtual reality. And they do have the technology to do these things. So, be wise, be smart, and be intelligent. Spiritually intelligent. And until we meet again, I'll leave you all in peace.